Join us as we enter week 9 of super strict lockdown at the top of Africa in Morocco. We'll be talking about our attempts to escape and how lockdown life is affecting us and the wider community. We are attempting to drive around the world. You are invited too, so subscribe and buckle up. It's one heck of a ride.
After several weeks into the strict Moroccan lockdown, we have found it hard to get used to. But we have to say the results are positive, and the rate of infection here has been slow. That is the good news. But like we said, it's been tough.
Le Maroc, il va arrêter cette coronavirus avec si les gens sont rentrés à la maison. Ils ne sont pas tout bien fait. Il a arrêté les vols, il a arrêté tout. Tous les usines, ça ne marche pas maintenant. Il y a que les choses à manger, la nourriture. Il y a les choses à nourriture, il n'y a rien du tout. Il faut rester à la maison. Chacun chez lui, chacun à sa maison. C'est ça.
The lockdown here has already been extended once, and it is likely to be extended again. So it doesn't look like it will be ending here anytime soon. So when news came in of a rescue ferry, we were pretty ready to go.
We sent you an email
Okay.
with the link of a ferry arranged by the French embassy. But we can take people on it, like British camper van.
I have one important question. My vehicle is registered in America. It is not a European vehicle.
Okay. It's not European vehicle. And you are resident in the UK?
I am from the UK, yes.
Okay. So I need to ask for this. I will call you back soon on WhatsApp.
Okay, merci.
2 seconds.
Hello?
Yes, hello. So, I need your vehicle registration, please.
So does this mean we can leave Morocco?
Yes, if you book your, I will see it just now because you have this American plate. I need to confirm. And you are resident. You have a British passport or?
Yes, I have a British passport.
And
Australian.
American plate.
Yes. Australian partner,
And Australian
Peruvian
partner.
dog.
Okay. All nationalities.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. So that means that we might be able to leave Morocco if they'll let Boomerang on the boat. Be nice to get out of here because things are starting to open up in Europe and things are not really doing anything here. We're still not allowed outside. So I'd be quite happy to get out of here and go somewhere else where there's more freedom.
It's really, really good news that they're organising a ferry for us and that I'm allowed on. So that's really, really, really good news that we get to get out soon. I'm happy.
You ready to get out of here?
Ready to get out of this house, yeah. So we've just heard back from our embassies and they've let us know that we are unable to get the ferry that is being offered to get people with camper vans out of the country because Boomerang, our vehicle, is registered in the US and they're only taking vehicles that are registered in Europe.
What are we going to do then, Leah?
I don't know. We don't have a choice really. We just need to wait until we're allowed to get on the ferry, all of us. So our embassies have told us that, because we can't get on these ferries, the only option is for us to wait until the borders are open and the bans are lifted, but we do not know how long that will be. Morocco hasn't given any date when that might be. Australia has just announced that they are going to be closing their borders for a whole year, so people can't go in or out for a whole year. Obviously I can, being a resident, but if I go back to Australia, I won't be able to leave again, which is a year is a very long time, so we don't know how long the border is going to be shut for in Morocco.
With all this talk of countries shutting down borders and international travel looking extremely challenging in the coming year, our jobs of filming this docu-series looked very uncertain. However, it's not just our livelihood that's been affected. All around the world, people have lost their income, and that's particularly prominent in touristic locations, like here in Tamarat.
Oui, avant on travaille bien, on a des bons clients de tous les pays européens. Maintenant avec le coronavirus, on n'a rien. Il y a deux clients. C'est bien dommage pour tout le monde. On sera, Inch'Allah, on demande de Dieu, Inch'Allah, qu'il ne descende cette maladie, parce que nous, on travaille avec les touristes. S'il n'y a pas les touristes, on n'a rien du tout, on ne vit pas bien, parce que notre vie et notre nourriture avec les touristes. Et c'est bien dommage avec ce coronavirus, c'est bien dommage.
I think it's time to get some supplies today. We've only got like a carrot and herbs and a lemon. So this is the first time that we're going to the major city or town that is next to us since the lockdown. Last week it's been mandatory, they've made it mandatory that we wear masks when we go out as well.
Got a paperwork that we can get there, but this is only for me, so I don't know what they're going to be like when they see Leah in the car as well. But obviously I can't be trusted to go to Agadir on my own and do the shopping, because I'll come back with just mostly junk food. Leah's with me to ensure that we get vegetables. I can't even do this. Is this good? So far in Tamarat, there's a lot of people don't really wear masks, even though it's mandated that you have to wear masks out in public. I guess this is a small little community, and you know, it's not really enforced here. There's not really any police here, so it's a little bit more relaxed. We haven't ventured outside of this town since all of this pandemic stuff started, so it'd be interesting to see what kind of restrictions on movements there are, and you know, how many people are wearing masks outside of town. It'd be very interesting to see what happens now. Been driving around Agadir trying to find a vet today. It's Alaska's, it's her vaccine day, so she needs her vaccines now, this time of year, which is obviously really important for a travelling dog. Unfortunately, all the vets are closed, but this one, there's people there, and they have agreed, I think, to look at her, although we're not allowed in, so they may just come out and jab her, and job done. But there's a bit of a translation problem. It's all very well social distancing, but having a dog running around, like Alaska runs up to everyone and everyone wants to pet her. It's just a natural reaction, I think, and it's hard to resist, like touching a dog when it comes up to you all friendly. But obviously we have to not be touching dogs, because if someone, you know, pets Alaska and passes on COVID-19, and then I pet Alaska, and then it's just an easy way for it to spread. Crazy times. Crazy. Hey, baby. Made it. Bloody mask, you just never get used to it, do you? Yeah, she got her vaccines, she's all good. It's very complicated, and once again all the rules have changed. She said that we need to do all sorts of things before we can take her back to Europe. Like, she said the blood test is not sufficient, you need to get it signed by something else, signed by another vet, and then take it to the official border control vet and get them to sign it with a special paperwork that's 7 pages long, and then that lasts for 5 days, and then you can take her off. Yeah, I know. I was like,
I didn't know that. No one said anything about that.
I said to her, it's extremely complicated for us to be able to leave Morocco right now. We have to wait for days in a queue to get out of Morocco.
Yeah, we can't plan that far ahead, like 5 days.
No, it's going to be almost impossible to do that.
So what's like I don't understand.
Yeah, we didn't hear that at all, did we, before?
No.
That's
And we researched a lot because we knew what might happen and we didn't want to be underprepared.
I really hope she's wrong, because it sounded weird to me to get her blood test.
Again? She needs to get it again for rabies.
Yeah. Well,
It doesn't make sense.
We jumped through all those hoops before to avoid this.
Yeah.
Anyway, that sounds like it's a saga about to happen. I'll probably be finally about to leave Morocco, and then I'll be like, no, dog has to stay here. And then that'll be a little adventure, won't it, Alaska? Eh?
Maybe just speak to somebody that's gone out with the dog, because I have not heard that before.
I know.
Did she tell you where this vet was? Where we could go to this special vet?
Somewhere near the border. Mask on. No mask on, Alaska. Right, now what? Wine.
Alcohol before Ramadan starts.
Okay, so it's Ramadan for the next month, starting tomorrow, and we haven't had alcohol since Eamon and Beck left. It's time for a bottle of wine, isn't it?
Yes, I need it.
We could do this because otherwise they're going to shut I'm sure they'll shut the alcohol shops. There is no alcohol in the town we're in, so we have to come to the city. Let's get it done. Emergency mission. We need this. I noticed something on Alaska's tick list here of all the vaccines that she's had. Do you notice one of those things that she has to get vaccinated against? I've never noticed it before.
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
What? That's weird.
I know. Apparently, there's a vaccine for dogs for coronavirus, which hadn't really occurred to me before. Which apparently she's had. So you're immune to the coronavirus.
I never knew that dogs could get vaccinated against that.
Apparently, dogs, cows, all sorts of animals can get coronavirus. Obviously, just to be clear, not to spread misinformation, this is not COVID-19, it's a different strain of coronavirus. So,
Yeah, right.
So we spent about 300 euros in the shop. You're not allowed to film anywhere near it, so we couldn't really bring you inside, but it wasn't that exciting anyway. There's lots of people with masks on, probably exactly like it is where you are, or how it has been where you are. It's nice for us to be able to get some kind of more like interesting food, because whilst we can get food in town here, we can't get the kind of variety of things that we can get in the main shops in the city. So this should make eating a little bit more interesting. And to be perfectly honest with you, when you can't go outside, eating's about the only thing you can look forward to in the day. Soy sauce, thank you very much.
Manchego, yeah, good cheese.
Yeah, that's good cheese. How do you explain this? What's that about, Leah?
You got this too.
I got it for you because it's your weakness.
It's my snack.
That's Leah's idea of a snack. She just eats these triangles of the laughing cow cheese on its own. Hashtag sponsored. Get yourself a laughing cow snack today. It seems absolutely mental that we're disinfecting our produce when we buy it, like from the shop. I mean, sure, lots of other people are doing that, but am I being crazy? Is this a good thing to do? Does it make any difference? It seems absolutely mental. I really can't be bothered to do it. I certainly don't want to be bringing like all of this, any coronavirus back to the house. Weird.
One of the first steps the Moroccan government took during this state of emergency was to close the mosques nationwide. This is particularly hard during the holy month of Ramadan. Normally, families and friends would unite in their communities in public spaces during the evenings. But now, during the pandemic, they are upholding traditions at home.
Moi à la maison, avec ce corona, je lève à 9h. Je rentre à la cuisine, je lave mes vaisselles, je commence les repas pour mes enfants. Après, je fais une petite sieste, je fais mes prières. Après, je mets la table. Quand il y a l'imam qui appelle pour le repas, pour les gens qui mangent, on mange. Après, on fait les prières. La troisième repas, à la fin, à 4h du matin. Après, c'est fini les repas. C'est fini de manger jusqu'à 7h30. On fait Ramadan 2 heures. On fait le Ramadan, on mange pas, on boit pas, même on dort pas avec si quelqu'un marié, on touche rien dans le Ramadan. Le Ramadan, c'est pour les prières, pour appeler le Dieu et c'est tout.
It got to a point where we really did need to get outside and stretch our legs. If we walked through and out the back of town, through the rubbish tip, there would be open desert, so we could go for a socially responsible walk with zero risk of contracting or spreading any disease. At the top of the town here, this is pretty much where all of the houses come to throw their rubbish, because as far as I know, there's no central rubbish disposal place in Tamrat. The apartment where we're staying does have rubbish disposal. I'm not sure who collects that. It's just organised by our landlord. But it's a bit of a shame to see that there's no convenient alternative for the town to manage the rubbish here. I think even a lot of the local people feel the same way. It will only get better. This is a pretty sweet cave. Nice size and standing room. Wonder what the history of this place is. There's a couple of different fires. Locals probably come up here for a camp out. I don't blame them either, it's just such an awesome view from up here. What a spot. Just on the outside of town, just on the outside of the chaos, complete serenity. This would be my spot too if I was growing up here. At this point, we were entering our 9th consecutive week of lockdown. This half an hour of stolen freedom was desperately needed, and only made us yearn for the lost freedom of pre-pandemic days. It seemed like time was passing so slowly and quickly at the same time, with new events unfolding daily.
This is like the only ferry that they're helping us out with, so we need to get this ferry.
In the coming days, everything would change for us, and the flimsy hope of a rescue would take a huge step forward into becoming a reality.
Finally, 6 hours later.
Finally have permission to get out of Morocco. Our challenge now is to cross the entire country under lockdown. This could be the great escape, but that is a story for next time.